You don't hate your job. You're just tired all the time. Not tired because you're lazy, not tired because you're ungrateful, tired because every month you're trading something you can never get back for a number that barely moves your life forward. You were told this was adulthood, responsibility, stability. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If the trade was fair, you wouldn't feel this drain. This video isn't about quitting your job, it's about realizing what you're actually paying with. Chapter 1. Salary isn't the problem. The trade is. Most people think the issue is low salary, bad boss, and lack of opportunity. But that's surface level. The deeper problem is the exchange. You're not just selling hours, you're selling energy, attention, emotional capacity, and future flexibility. And the salary you receive isn't designed to buy freedom, it's designed to buy compliance. Enough to survive, enough to plan, enough to stay, but never enough to exit comfortably. And once this trade becomes routine, you stop questioning it. Chapter 2. Why this trade feels normal. Nobody forced you into this deal. It was normalized. From a young age, you were taught get a stable job, work hard, be grateful, and don't complain. So when your life slowly starts revolving around work, you don't call it a trap. You call it maturity. Bills, schedules, exhaustion, they feel like proof you're doing life right. But normal doesn't mean fair, it just means common. And the system depends on you never calculating the real cost. Chapter 3. The cost nobody teaches you to measure. Money is visible, time isn't. That's why the trade feels acceptable. You see your paycheck, but you don't see years disappearing, the risk you never take, the skills you postpone, and the life you delay. The system shows you income, it hides opportunity costs. And that's the trick. If people calculated how much life they traded for how little control they gained, this system wouldn't last. And that's why you're paid just enough. Chapter 4. Why you're paid just enough to stay. If workers were paid too little, they'd revolt. If they were paid enough to be free, they'd leave. So the system found the balance, just enough to cover obligations, service debt, reduce risk, and fear instability. But not enough to buy back time, experiment safely, and walk away calmly. This isn't cruelty, it's calibration. And calibrated systems don't collapse, they persist. But some people don't play this game the same way. Chapter 5. How wealth is really built, quietly. People who escape this trade don't start by earning more, they start by valuing time differently. They ask, does this scale? Does this build leverage? Does this reduce dependency? They move away from trading hours for income and toward ownership, skills that compound, and systems that run without constant presence. Wealth isn't about money first, it's about control over time. That's the real divider. So, what do you do if you're already inside the trade? Chapter 6. What to do without burning your life down. This isn't about quitting your job tomorrow, it's about changing the way you play the game, quietly, deliberately. Start here. 1. Stop measuring success by income alone. A higher salary feels like progress, until you realize it often comes with longer hours, higher stress, and more dependency. Someone earning more but working 60 hours is often less free than someone earning slightly less with leverage. Income is not freedom, control is. 2. Calculate how much of your life your salary actually costs. Most people know their monthly pay. Almost nobody knows the life cost behind it. Ask, how many hours does this job actually take? How much energy is left after? And what parts of my life are postponed because of it? If your job consumes your best years and leaves no margin to build skills, the cost is far higher than it looks on paper. 3. Reduce fixed obligations before chasing more money. People try to escape by earning more, but higher income often just inflates lifestyle. That makes the trap stronger. Someone who lowers fixed expenses has more freedom than someone earning more but locked into obligations. Lower pressure creates optionality. 4. Build skills that detach income from hours. The fastest way out isn't a race, is decoupling time from income. Skills that scale: problem solving, communication, systems thinking, creation, and ownership. A skill that earns once but pays repeatedly is worth more than any hourly raise. 5. Treat time like capital, because it is. Money can be earned again. Time can't. Once you see time as capital, you stop spending it casually. You stop asking, how much does this pay? And start asking, how much life does this take? That question alone changes everything. Final truth: the trade was never fair. You were told trading your life for a salary was the responsible path, but responsibility without awareness is just obedience. The system didn't steal your life. It offered a deal and taught you not to question it. If you want to understand how money, systems, and psychology quietly shape your financial outcomes and how to build leverage without panic, you can explore the Money Mirror Playbook. Link in the description. Because once you see the trade clearly, you stop negotiating for raises and start redesigning your life. The mirror never lies. The question is, now that you see the cost, will you keep paying it?